Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz. We're going to start our final route today. It's not the final thing we're going to do, because obviously we're going to do Wilhelm's route, which we're going to start today, and we still have to do all the other little map segments at the end, and then the common route bad end, and whatnot. But anyway, in order to play Wilhelm's route, we've completed all the other ones, the happy endings, so it should be fine. And we have to go to Ancient Memories. And we have to open the book with the 5 glowing gems, and we have to read all of the Cursed Sword's memories. And then after reading this, his story will unlock. So, we can't do his route until we do this. The 5 gems are glowing. It seems like the book can be opened now. So, we'll see how long this takes. This might take a part or two. Maybe it'll only take 10 minutes. I don't know. But we have to read his memories before we can do anything else. Well, that's loud. Oh. And that's the end. Okay. Oh, maybe start story will be underneath him. Okay, Cursed Sword Memory 1. Yes. Obviously, we have to read them in order. Look at how ridiculously hot this man is. He can't have the fucking voice we give twerpy little... I don't have a voice for him. Like, I mean, I knew what he looked like the whole time, but like... He can't have the voice that, like, Abel had. He's not quite that, but he's not like, bro dude. Like, he's not that kind of voice, but he's not like... maybe we'll have to work into it. Okay, we'll have to work into it. Guys, if I don't prepare in advance for voices, and again, every single time, we've been doing this for like a decade, and yet every time we start a new game or get a character where I don't know, it's like a stage fright thing. I get nervous to put on a voice for them. I don't know why. I've been doing this for 84 motherfucking years. Over this past decade that we've been doing this, how many motherfucking games have we played? Like 84 motherfucking games, and we've put ridiculous voices to all of them, and yet some of them I'm like, I don't know, I just feel nervous about doing it, which is very weird. Also, it has been a couple of weeks since I finished Tifalet's route, so if I forget everything that happened in this game, that's why. I was recording our new game, and that took about 24, 25 hours, so it took a couple of weeks. And I'm really behind on this one. Really behind. Like, I need to get recorded in advance for Christmas, and I'm starting this in December, and this goes up in December, and usually I'm like, oh, we're like weeks at. No. So, hopefully his route's a little bit longer and lasts into January, because, like... Anyway. What are we going to do for him again? Not quite able, but a little deeper like that. Like, kind of normally, I get. Well, okay, we'll work into it. It doesn't matter. You guys are used to my shenanigans by now. I don't know why I feel like if I don't do it spot on the first line that you're going to get mad at me and hate me forever. Or some weird shit. I have imposter syndrome right now, I guess. Ah, yes. I'm starting to remember. Something like, okay, that works. A little gruff, a little... Okay, wait, that'll work. That was the night I decided to serve that nation. I was born in a remote village in Ortesia. Okay, so it's a little bro duty, but it's a little bit able. It's a little... Yeah, okay, that'll work. I think we've done this before, but... The name of the village? Like hell, I'd remember that. Even if I did, it no longer exists. Look at how haughty and bitchy this man's face is. Wars happen all over the continent, and maps and names changed all the time. Because of the wars, guys were taught to use a sword from childhood. And then you became one. Look at you in your uniform, though. I showed promise, so a passing mercenary captain took me in. It was honestly not that sad to leave my village and parents. Huh. Interesting. After that, I fought a lot as a mercenary. It was fun. Yeah, he's okay. Now we understand. I'm starting to feel like I understand how you ended up becoming a cursed sword and why you're like, stabby, fight wars. Like you were like, I don't care about leaving my parents. Peace out. I like fighting people. Yeah, you're okay. You're about as deep as a puddle right about now. I'm sure he'll get better, but like right now you're like, okay. All right, I'm not the one who needs to grow and change. Even coming from that crummy village, a killer can make money in wartime. I had good weapons and armor and booze and meat every night. And then the captain that took care of me entered the service of a certain nation. So I decided to go with him. The pay was good, and even mercenaries could be promoted to knights. That was all. I wasn't attached to that nation in the slightest. And that night, there was a banquet at the castle, and everyone let themselves go crazy. An old fortune teller came up to me and handed me this elaborate sword. The cursed one? And he said this. This is the sword for the strongest on the continent. Are you worthy of it? All warriors in Artesia knew the rumors about that strange sword. It was infused with mana and unleashed great power to those who wielded it. But I doubted it at first. And there were plenty of scam artist fortune tellers, and I thought he must just be after my money. But he said he didn't want any. So I took it. And then I became part of it. And now I'm a child. Okay. Ooh, Demon's Monologue 1. Would that be... Right when I said Demon's Monologue and I was asking, I was thinking Mephisto, and I was like, is this gonna be him? But look, it's like a Mephisto CG! Stop it! My hair is up in a ponytail, so instead of twirling my hair, I'm twirling my headset cord. Like, oh my god, hi! Stop it! This is like the best thing I could have come back to after like weeks not playing this game and being like, I forgot everything. Hi! Oh my god, I didn't forget how much I love you. Oh god, no. I was trying to get the thing back. Oh, okay. Oh, and did you want me to add on? I don't know if he'd be happy with me telling you, but I have no intention of hiding it. I made that sword because I felt like it. It sounds like a very Mephisto thing to do, and I love it so much. So wait, does that mean you're like Wilhelm's daddy? I mean, Wilhelm is a soul that got trapped in the sword. He's not actually the sword, but it's still like... I'm just gonna, let's just roll with that because it makes it kinky and naughty and it's kind of funny. Like, I love observing the unending desires of humanity. I was simply bored and wanted to try a new method of observation. I infused a beautiful sword with a little mana and handed it to a human. Were you pretending to be the old fortune teller? That, like, when it said demons, remember, I was like, was he pretending to be the fortune teller? Yes, in the beginning it truly was just a little mana. It wasn't meant to speak. Simply a sword with a dash of power. Oh, of course I didn't tell him that I was a demon. I could transform into anything perfectly. Oh my god, I love the fact that Mephisto is the reason why we're all in this situation. That is the best plot twist ever. Like, listen, I have been waiting for them to be like, Alias is really the big bad evil and has been stabbing us all in the back the whole time because but he's kind of just all of a sudden disappeared. Where the fuck has he been in the last few routes? It's kind of like you're like, oh, right, that guy exists. He's just gone, but I still don't trust that man, okay? But like, Mephisto, I mean, I'd have given him my soul too, and I would have been, and then he would have been like, but I'm a demon, and like, whatever, and I've been like, oh well, sometimes we make bad decisions that just turn out right. Like him being a demon and all this stuff and everything in Tifa Let's Route, you're like, I mean, okay. I didn't really see it coming. I ain't mad about it. But somehow, probably should have expected it. But the fact that you were the one who created the curse, it never really even occurred to me to think about that, but here we are. Oh, for example, an old fortune teller. The first owner became the ruler of the continent. However, his subordinate grew jealous and he lost his life to treachery. The next owner was the subordinate that killed the king. He took the continent for himself, bringing further chaos to the world. A man appeared to try and fix the wrongs by killing the traitor king. In other words, the human world seems to have a sort of self-purification function. After some time, a king who championed justice sealed the sword in a shrine. No one wielded it since, and it became nothing but an oral tradition. I began to think that perhaps this method was a failure. Okay, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's just go back. Okay, you gave it to Wilhelm. For example, you turned into a fortune teller. The first owner became the ruler of the continent. But it almost sounds like Wilhelm was the first owner. But in Wilhelm's story that we just read, he was like, oh, we've heard about this sword. So it's like they heard about this sword before. So it would imply he's not. So not really sure where he fits in yet. Because, like, whether he's in this path or not. But the first owner, so the person who had it first, was the ruler of the continent. Their subordinate killed them and then became the new king. Okay. Right? So then that's person number 2, the subordinate that killed the king. And then another guy comes along and is like, kills the traitor king. You know what I mean? And then blah, blah, blah. Another king who champions seals the sword away in the shrine, which is probably where we found it. But so I'm assuming it's passed down and blah, blah, blah. And it's not like there was the guy who owned it. There was the second guy who killed him. And then the third guy who came. And then there was the fourth guy is the king who sealed it away. It's been multiple people, obviously, throughout time. And then that last time, the guy was like, fuck this shit. Seal it away. And that's where it was until it possessed me, kind of, sort of. So, okay. We went from the first guy and the second guy and the third guy to, like, guy number 86. You know what I mean? We 1, 2, skip a few. Anyway. No matter how much I observed, there were never quite the enjoyable incidents I sought. Thus, I reclaimed and handed the cursed sword to a man I happened to come across. Ah, okay. So, okay, never mind. It sounds like in the beginning, a couple people had it. Guy locked it away. King locked it away. And Mephisto's like, nope, I'm going to just take that back. Okay. And then gave it to Wilhelm. So all that time, the cursed sword wasn't cursed, though. Because Wilhelm's the one that possessed it. So up until that, it was just a sword with power. Okay. The man didn't trust others at all and was always alone. So, okay, he's not one of those first few people. Okay, right. A trained killer, taken from his parents as a mere boy. Perhaps that was why his heart was so empty. Because of that, he had a strong yearning for power. I wanted to see how that yearning would change. If he desired a pact with me, all the more interesting. The man served a nation that also had an interesting secret. I hoped this would initiate a show that would entertain me. When they say then they keep like, is it Ortesia or not? You know what I mean? Cursed Sword Memory 2. Interesting. These are fun. Oh, right. About the sword. At first I didn't think the sword I got from that old man was real. I thought it'd break the moment I used it to kill someone. But I was wrong. It actually held a strange power. Look, he's glowing. I like how the backgrounds in these are just like shadows and everything. It wasn't like it changed my body, but I was able to defeat any enemy. It felt like they were drawn to the edge of the blade, or something like that. The sword fit my hand better than any other sword I had. I never got tired, no matter how long I fought. And I felt no fear. I didn't hesitate at all. I really thought I had become the strongest warrior. No one in all of Ortesia could match me. No. No one in the whole world could. And see, he's a cocky little son of a bitch. But I mean, like, okay, like, obviously, like, you're a cocky bastard. And we are so gonna break that little fucking wall down and make you a little fucking puddle for me. So I'm okay with this. And that was what I truly believed. But everything changed that night. Something very disgusting happened. Because of them. Wait, because of who? It was. I can't remember. Anyway, it was the worst. I was enraged and killed everyone. But in the end, someone killed me. And before I realized it, I was inside of the cursed sword. My God, this has been Wilhelm the whole time? I obviously, I knew that. Was that good? Did I do good? I felt like that was very convincing. But like, it's like sometimes I'm like, wait for it. Oh my God, oh no. No way. Didn't see that coming. And, we just overact it badly. But I feel like that one, I'm like, that came out almost sounding real. Like, it's just because they went from question marks to this line. It was like, I was inside the cursed sword and it says Wilhelm. And it's like, we're supposed to be like shocked about that? Like, we're not supposed to know? We're supposed to be like, wait, what? It's cursed swords memories. So the logical assumption would be it's Wilhelm. Like, what I mean? It's just so funny. All right, Cursed Sword Memory 3. Aw, he looks all sad sitting there. At first, I didn't know what happened. I was alone in this dark stone prison, sitting with my head on my knees. I was the only one there. There was no exit, and the ceiling was awfully high. The only thing there was this tiny window. The window was so high I couldn't even reach it. The light that shined from it was the only thing that existed aside from me. At first I thought it was a dream, so I went to sleep. Thought I'd be back on the battlefield with the sword in hand. But when I woke up, I was still in the same place. No matter how much I slept and waited, I couldn't wake up from this dream. And then I realized it. In this world I was in, the sun never set or rose. I couldn't go anywhere or run away. The perpetual light from the window was still the only thing I saw. Aww. And then it's like, okay, he was a cocky asshole who was stabby, and then he gets trapped in the sword, and like, then you can kind of understand why he just gets like, just worse, and just gets to be like a cocky, stabby asshole. You know what I mean? And just stays that way, because then every person who's wielded him is just like, yeah, and he's like, all right, well, I'll lean into it, I guess. You don't have a chance to like learn or grow or change for the better when you're just trapped in a box your whole life now. One day I heard an unfamiliar man's voice from the window. He said this. I'm assuming it's Mephisto. You have been imprisoned in the sword. I wanted to attack him, but I couldn't even see him. What's going to happen in this route? Because Mephisto is now back, we're boop, 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 back it up. We didn't do the Tifalet stuff, so we don't know that Mephisto is a demon or anything like that in Wilhelm's route. So, then we're going to... Ooh! Shit's going to go down. He's going to be like, this is all you're doing! Kinda. I could only hear his voice. I thought it had to be some kind of joke. And the man continued calling out to me. I'm bathing in the blood of desires of humanity for a long time. I turned the sword into a cursed sword. And now it's strong enough to imprison you. I couldn't believe it. I thought I'd wake up from this joke of a dream someday. But I couldn't escape. There was no way out of this prison. A little later, I heard the voice of another man. He said, So this is the legendary cursed sword? I'll be its new owner starting today! I was full of despair. At the same time, I had no choice but to accept it. I realized I really was trapped inside the cursed sword and was in the hands of someone that wanted my power, or just that someone that wanted power, sorry, just like myself. The voices came from outside the window, so I assumed it led outside. I tried climbing up the wall, but I still couldn't reach the window. But when the owner of the sword sought my power, I could project my consciousness outside the window and fuse with the owner. It was the only time I could feel the outside world. Only then could I see and hear what was there. I hated being imprisoned here and wielded my powers desperately. I continued to kill the enemies without even thinking. Some owners didn't like that, though. I disregarded the owner's wills and kept destroying the enemies. See, so it's like kind of funny because it became a cursed sword because of all the people using the powerful sword to like kill people. And then it sucked in Wilhelm, who was already like kind of stabby. And now he's getting even stabbier because he's angry and angsty and trapped. And then it's like, and the only life he's ever known is war, bloodshed, and murder. You know what I mean? And he's totally been fine with that. And like, as Mephisto said, he has his empty heart. So like, he's just like, yep, stab, murder, good, many, cool, whatevs. Like, so if you were already living that life and then you got trapped in a sword, yeah, you know, I mean, I understand why he's gotten completely unhinged and is just really like, let me just kill people! Like, because he's just been, like, that's the only life he really knew. His whole life was basically that. You're trapped in a sword, and then every time you're free, you're not like, oh my god, the sun! You're like, bloodshed! Because you have no way of, like, the man needs therapy, but you can't get therapy when you're in a box, so his only version of working out his issues is stabbing people and getting angrier and bloodthirstier. Sure. I can see where you're going with this. Okay. And when I kept on doing that, I'd completely fused with the owner. I knew what was going on in the world through the owner and could talk to them if I wanted to. It was still a pain in the ass, and I didn't have much to say to the owner. I didn't have much to say to the owner anyway. When I wasn't fighting, I was asleep in prison. Some tried to throw me away because they were scared, but it seemed that owners remained owners until their deaths. Or rather, regardless of what the owner or I want, they can't be changed. Yeah, that's more an accurate way to say it. Some couldn't bear that and went insane, but I honestly didn't care. My owner changed hands over and over again, but I was still trapped in the sword. Soon I lost all concept of time, and I couldn't even tell how many owners I'd had anymore. And I finally admitted that there was no way to escape from here. Oh, we'll free you with the power of friendship and love. Uh-oh. We're going to have to click a button in a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. All right, hold on. I got one hand because the bird is demanding pets. So we got to try to... Nope, whoops. Yes, nope. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I had to concentrate. Why is he a paper now? I didn't know how much time had passed since I was trapped in the cursed sword. But one day I realized that my body was starting to change. He's getting younger. I quickly checked the cracked mirror in the corner of the prison. Since when is there a cracked mirror there? And I realized I looked younger. I thought it was one of countless strange things that happened to me, so I didn't care about it at first. Like, I'd already been trapped inside the cursed sword. What could be weirder than that? Oh! But after a while, I realized that I wouldn't stop becoming younger. Slowly, I shrunk to the size of a child. I also realized something I had tried to ignore. My powers were growing weaker. That wasn't all. My memory was also beginning to fade into a haze. No, it wasn't amnesia, but more and more things became hard to remember, like the day I died. I instinctively realized that I was in danger. This proved that my soul was being eroded away. The more the cursed sword was used, the younger I became, resulting in losing my memories and becoming weaker. I realized that the cursed sword's powers came with a price. It consumed my soul and turned it into power. So if I continued using my powers, I would get younger and eventually vanish. Could you imagine? We get it and it's just it's just this blabbering baby and you're like, what the fuck is this? No one told me that, but I just knew. I was afraid. I didn't know what would happen when I vanished. I was already dead in the first place. I had no idea. I didn't want that. I was so scared. So I went to sleep. Eternal sleep was better than vanishing. I may be able to leave this place someday, but if I vanished before then, that hope would be lost as well. So I decided I'd never wake up or answer anyone's call. Fate wasn't as cruel as I thought. I was actually able to sleep for a long time. I sometimes heard voices, but they'd go away after I ignored them for a while. I thought I could just wait until the day I'd be free. A long time passed. I heard a voice clearly from outside the window in my sleep. It was the voice of a young woman. I thought I'd heard it somewhere before, but it was probably just my imagination. I tried to ignore it, covered my ears and tried to sleep, yet I continued to hear that voice. Suddenly I was dragged outside. This is when people are attacking us and then they grab him. For some reason it was so hard to resist. It was such a strange feeling. And so I was forced awake. By you. But not really by me, because I didn't grab him. Did I? I don't remember grabbing him. I don't remember them saying that she did that. You know. Demon's Monologue 2. Well, the way you're sitting on my hand, I can't pet you. Oh, I love that we get the Mephisto CG in the background when he talks. And do you believe in miracles? Ah, excuse me. I couldn't help myself. But what the cursed sword did was definitely a miracle created for my sake. The sword I made on a whim and tossed to humanity had changed over time. The obscene amounts of blood, the countless lives it took, and the unending thirst for power turned it into a magic item, sorry. And it absorbed the power of the poor imprisoned soul and became even stronger. Who knew it would bring such wonderful changes? This is exactly why I find human desires so interesting. It had far exceeded my expectations. But what a pity for Wilhelm. Every time the owner wields the cursed sword, his soul erodes little by little, ultimately causing him to vanish. Which is good that I found it, because I don't want to fight. And he's like, let me fight and die. And we're like, nope. He feared this disappearance and fell into a deep slumber. Yet he has awakened. It's kind of interesting, though, because he knew, like, fuck, my soul's going to get eroded, so I'm just going to go to sleep, and then I'll never have to worry about it. But then when he get possessed by him, whatever, he's like, God, aren't there any wars to fight? Even though he's disappearing. Instead of being, when we're like, I don't think I want to fight in wars. I think I want peace. He's not like, yeah, no, sounds like a great idea. I'm totally with you on that. To try to save himself. He's like, God, that's stupid. Just kill people. So you wonder if, like, he just, like, now that he's fused with us, he's like, well, this is it. So you know what? I might as well go out in a blaze of glory. You might as well fucking use me. So will you please fight a fucking war so I can die for fucking honor or some shit? You know? Some weird warrior nobility honor dying in war thing. Whatever. Like, you know? Like, because otherwise it's like, why is he trying so desperately? I mean, because it could just be, too, every time we call on him for anything or whatever, he's slowly eroding away anyway, so he might as well go out in a blaze of glory in his mind. I mean, that could be it. I don't know. He responded to the call of a girl to whom he was bound by fate. And now all the actors have arrived on stage. I'm not the playwright, but you. Show me what story you'll present. I shall watch from the audience. Last memory. Well, when it opens up. Oops. Nope. Nope. It double clicked. Again, I only have one hand right now. So, like, yeah. I only have one hand because of you, beast. When I woke up, I was surprised yet again. I was awakened by a powerful force, so I wondered who did it. But she was nothing but a normal girl. I had no idea how she had the ridiculous power to wake me up. I heard her voice as I slept in prison, and I felt like I knew her. This is going to be interesting. How? Where does our backstory connect here? I don't know why, though. But honestly, I didn't care if I knew her or not. I just didn't want to vanish. So I decided to go back to sleep. Fortunately, she said she wanted to train, so she wouldn't summon me that much. Thanks to that, I could rest without worry. I didn't want to vanish. Never. I've been imprisoned here for so long, so vanishing now would just be the worst. I was scared. So scared. I thought I'd never disappear. So I swore I'd never wake up again. I decided to ignore her even if she called me. Surprisingly, though, it felt good. The voice I heard felt comforting, like a lullaby. I knew I would vanish faster if I stayed awake, but I sometimes talked to her because I wanted to. But then she started yapping about not wanting to fight. Well, I thought I wouldn't have to vanish soon thanks to that, though. And yet again, you're still like, God, that's so stupid! You're so dumb! But things didn't turn out the way I thought they would. But I didn't really mind. Now it's weird now because I'm like, should I have transitioned into like current Wilhelm voice? Whatever, it's fine. She said all these naive things, but it didn't feel half bad to help someone like her. Ever since I was born, I mean, even after my death, I only knew how to fight. But I'd be useful in something other than war. I was so laughable, but I didn't mind. I don't know why, though. I never wanted to do anything for someone else. But I didn't feel too bad wanting something different for once. Of course, I'm still scared, you know? I could still disappear at any second. But this is my own decision. So yeah, I'm satisfied. Aww. Oh, start story. So I guess this is it. So we don't go through the prologue or anything like that, but okay. Are you sure you want to... Again, I only have one hand, but the things on this are very, like, sensitive. Do you want to use the same name as your last playthrough? Yes. Cursed Sword Story Chapter 1. Adult Wilhelm! Interesting. It's going to be interesting how this starts. All right. Transitions! Did you miss them? For you, it's only been like a day or so. For me, it's been forever. Huh? I slowly opened my eyes. Oh, the sun's up. Was that a dream? Excuse me? Excuse me, game? We get a CG of Wilhelm, like, right the fuck off the bat! And it's like, hi, here you go. Are you sleeping in my bed with me? Look at you. Also, what the fuck happened then? Because this is chapter 1 of his story, but like, where does it split off from the main story, and why is Wilhelm, like, all grown up now, and all of a sudden has all of his powers back, like, and he's not baby Wilhelm? Like, what the fuck happened here? What, like, but, okay. Well, look at it. Ooh, he's got purple eyes. Whoa. I don't know if I ever noticed that, like, in his baby sprite. Huh. Who are you? Oh, okay, so at least she doesn't... Oh, what happened? What? Look at Yuriana like, I love his sassy bitch face. I love it. She grabs her weapon! I love Yuriana. You perv! Freeze! Huh? You snuck into a girl's room and you even laid on her bed? You're the worst! You now. I love her so much. This is so great. This starts off really hilariously. What? Don't give me that, you perv! Well, wait. This person... The man who slept next to me resembled the person who appeared in my dream. Hey! He suddenly turned to me. This is your room, right? You tell me why I'm sleeping here. Huh? Don't listen to him! Hurry up and come over here! I love that Yuriana's defending our honor. This is so adorable. You bitch! I let you keep talking and you just keep treating me like a criminal. Men aren't allowed in the girls' dorm, but you snuck in here at night! If you're not a criminal, what are you? What did you say? Did you just call the legendary curse sword Wilhelm a criminal? Wilhelm? Of course I knew the name that he'd casually blurted out, but... Yeah, it's me. No way. I am. Why would I lie about that? Huh? What's going on? What are you confused about? How many times do I have to tell you I'm Wilhelm? I couldn't believe it. I didn't think this would happen. But I still took out the hand mirror because I remembered a man who looked like this from my dream. Wilhelm, look in the mirror. Why? What's a mirror got to... Hey. You're not using some magic, are you? No. Is this reality? His face right now when he's like, I don't trust a bitch. Probably. What? Woo! I didn't think it was gonna be a woo girl. Yuriana's face. What? You mean I'm back? I'm finally back to myself again? What? I don't know how it happened, but I am... Oh. But am I an adult again? And I'm in my flesh and blood in the real world? I'm outside. I'm finally out. It's been centuries. Alright, I'm gonna bask in the sunlight outside. He's turning into bro dude voice, but whatever, it's fine. That's his excited voice. What's going on? I don't know, but the boy inside the cursed sword came out. I think. Come out of the sword, baby. What? I'm gonna go after him. I don't want anyone to see him. And we're like, how did this happen? Exactly. Thank goodness. Looks like no one found him yet. I found Wilhelm looking around curiously in the courtyard at the surroundings. But okay, it's not like he couldn't see this stuff before, but it's like he's not tethered to me now. Wilhelm! You. Are you really Wilhelm? Yeah, I'm the real Wilhelm. That was what he said, but I doubted anyone would believe him so easily. Look at his fucking cocky-ass smile. Look at the douche grin. I fucking love it. Was he a child and became an adult? Or was he an adult and became a child? First of all, this might all be a dream or an illusion. I tried to think the best I could. You there! You're not allowed to enter the premises if you don't belong here! Who are you? I don't remember Leonidas' voice, to be fair. Of all people, the strictest of the instructors found him. Instructor, he's... So he's an acquaintance of yours? Don't you know you're not allowed to let outsiders into the academy? I do, but he's... Hey, it's been a while. Huh? I don't know you. I thought so. It's been a while since I appeared in this form, after all. Huh? And the cursed sword, Wilhelm. Leonidas is like... And now we're back here. No, that's probably a lie. We should throw him in prison for now. No need for that, Leonidas. It's too early to judge. Let's talk to them both some more. See, like, Leonidas seems like a douche, right? We saw what he did in Pasha's route forever, and, like, we know he's not, okay? But, like, the fact that he's like, this guy is sus! It's like, yeah, no, that's a natural reaction. And then Alias is like, no, everything's cool. No, everything's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. This is great. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everyone's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm nice and wonderful. You're just like too calm about everything and too accepting of everything. It's suspicious. Okay. Like, just so you know, I'm not lying. I'm Wilhelm, the same one inside the cursed sword. I really am, I swear. As expected, Instructor Leonidas forced Wilhelm to the court where I had my trial. I went there with him. How many times do I have to say this? I'm Wilhelm and I'm not lying. Just believe me already. I'm finally back to being human, but the first thing you do to me is rain on my parade? He's so fucking absurdly ridiculous. He's like, I'm human. Like, what the fuck? Why you gotta ruin shit? You should be giving me candy. Like, the way they're looking at him. Well, for the time being, let's get his testimony before telling Queen Kiora. I'll go bring him, so stay here. You better not run. Like I'd do that. I'm sure the instructor went to go call Mephisto. He also appeared in my dream. I wonder if what he said in the dream was true. Okay, so all of the Curse Sword's memory. Well, that's true. There were his memories, and he's part of us now. Look at his little pouty face. It's so cute. Mephisto's story was too specific in my dream to brush it off as an unrelated coincidence. Did we mention that, or Alias is getting Mephisto on his own? So does Alias know that Mephisto's a demon? I really don't know what's going on. Again, I'm not sure any of us know what's going on. I mean, we know, but we don't, because it's like, where did this split from the main story? Like, obviously, the common route's the common, and then I guess this would be like, you know, I don't know if when. Usually, I think the common route generally ends when Chalet's walking you back, and he's like, oh, you got anyone you're in love with? And then we think of somebody, but it's probably before that. But I wish we kind of knew where this split off and Wilhelm came out of the sword. You know what I mean? But I guess her being confused adds to our confusion, and us not being clear on where the fuck this splits out technically adds to the confusion, which, I mean, okay, I'll give you that. After a little while, I heard voices from outside the door. Thanks for waiting. Sir Mephisto's here. Sorry, I have an itch on my arm. I'm sorry. I was trying to itch it around you without the remote, but your tail was in my way. Sorry. Oh. Oh, right. I remember you too. What happened, Wilhelm? That was so not his voice, but whatever. So that means he's really... Mephisto took one look at Wilhelm and spoke with his usual calm expression. He didn't appear surprised at all. I don't think much surprises Mephisto. I can confirm that this young man is the Wilhelm inside the cursed sword. They share the same aura. So he really is Wilhelm. But you must remember that he was in the form of a child. How did this happen? Unfortunately, I cannot give you an immediate answer. Hey, what are you? Are you the one that calls the shots here? No, I'm simply something of a physician that knows a little magic. Thus they're asking my opinion for now. And Wilhelm's like, yeah, no, I know you're something more than that. Uh-huh. Mephisto smiled at Wilhelm and then turned toward the instructors. We must observe for the time being to understand why he has turned from a child to an adult. However, I've noticed that her soul and that of the cursed sword has started to unravel. When he appeared in front of us last time,
His soul was still in the cursed sword. Right now he seems to be a normal human. There is a chance that he could turn back into a child again tomorrow.
What?
It was intended to be a mere theory. I apologize if that alarmed you.
And then should we consider taking him under our protection here?
I believe that would be best.
Speaking of which, what happened to the cursed sword in question? Oh. Wilhelm looked over at me. Hey, try taking it out. Hey, you want me to just whip it out in public? I mean, all right, fine. I couldn't tell whether the instructor said that to Wilhelm or me, but technically I was the owner of the sword. Then I stared at my right hand as usual to try and summon the cursed sword. Oh, I couldn't feel the usual sensation. My right hand appeared to have reverted to its normal state. Then it's you. Instructor Leonidas then looked at Wilhelm. How do you do that? Wilhelm looked at his own right hand. I just pray, or should I say I call to it. I see. Hey, come out, you idiot! Oh, now he's his own possessor. He possesses himself. Look, it's another Wilhelm CG! Damn, this part's full of fucking CGs, man! He looks ridiculous. Look at his goofy ass fucking face. Oh. In the same way it appeared for me the first time, the cursed sword manifested itself in Wilhelm's hand. Ah, so that's how it feels. All right, thank you, Wilhelm. You can put that away now. You can't whipping your sword out. Yeah. The cursed sword vanished into Wilhelm's hand as if sucked into it. I was sure Instructor Alias glanced over at me. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you for coming here, Sir Mephisto. I'll now go and report this to Queen Cura.
I will excuse myself then. If you need anything else from me, please come to the infirmary.
Right as he left, Mephisto glanced at me. Anyway, what should we do? I understand we need to protect him, but where should he go? Where? What does he mean? But there aren't any free rooms in the instructor's dormitory. So that's what he meant. It's probably better to treat him like a student for now. He doesn't seem to have any manners. Look who's talking. He just demonstrated why he shouldn't be an instructor. And then I'll take him to the boys' dorm for now. Thanks. All right, come with me, Wilhelm. I'm not going with you. I'm staying with her. Aw, how adorable. I don't possess him anymore, but he still wants to be possessed by me. That's kind of hot. I'm here for it. Wilhelm suddenly turned to me. I'm more used to being with her, so I'll go with her. I don't think that's allowed, Wilhelm. To be honest, it felt weird to call him Wilhelm. It's probably because he looked completely different from the young Wilhelm I knew. Why not? It wasn't an issue until now because you refused with me. But this is a school, and boys and girls are supposed to live in separate buildings. So you have to go to the boys' dorm. Fine. He still pouts like he's a child. Come on! I was not expecting this to happen. You say that like you were expecting something. Like, I mean, who was expecting this to happen? Like, Alias, what the fuck? Nobody expects the cursed sword to become a real boy. That's not true. We kind of knew this was going to happen. But Alias, I don't expect you as a character in the story to have expected that. So that just seems like a weird thing to say. Everything he says is suspicious to me, but also it's a very weird thing to say. I mean, I suppose you could say that for anything, that you're like, things happen, you're like, I was not expecting that, or that wasn't on my bingo card for 2020. What, you know what I mean? Fair enough, but still. I'm surprised too.
I'm not trying to doubt you, but is this the first time he's turned into a young man?
How dare you insinuate anything? But also, if he had turned into a young man before that, I mean, like, whatever. Yuriana would have chopped his dinglehopper off, okay? That's all I'm saying. Of course it's the first time. I reflexively shouted that out, which made me remember that mysterious dream. Oh. Is something wrong? Alias and his fucking alien. Put those goddamn ET fingers away. They're creeping me out. I was afraid that he'd laugh at me if I told him that I saw him in a dream. But if I play dumb now, the instructor will worry. This may sound childish, but I saw him in that form in a dream. Oh? That's why I think he really is Wilhelm. But this is all surreal, isn't it?
It sure is. Everything related to the cursed sword has gone beyond my imagination. I believe Queen Kiora will summon for him tomorrow or so. You'll likely be called in with him, so keep that in mind.
Yes, sir.
Oh, also,
the instructor seemed to hesitate a little before letting out a small sigh. Then, after making a bitter smile, he said this.
You also saw how the cursed sword appeared from his hand.
Yes.
It may be temporary, but starting today, the owner of the cursed sword is Wilhelm.
My legs shook a little upon hearing that. That held great meaning to me personally.
Hey, there's no need to look so depressed. Do you think we would expel you?
Instructor, you're like, yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. I mean, okay, to be fair, I was like, ooh, ouch, the only reason we're really here is because of the sword that Wilhelm now possesses. Yikes. But also, it's, like, I was kind of like, my mind was like, I doubt they're going to expel us, because that would really kind of fuck with the plot of this whole thing. Unless, then we're like, I gotta go, like, live above Chalet, I gotta live in a back room at Chalet Shop or some shit. I was like, would they really do that? It's like, because to be fair, his route takes a wild left turn, so it's not like every other one where we're involved. But there's probably gonna be a battle with Romua and shit like that, because that seemed to be the overarching, and something's got to give here. They can't just be like, Wilhelm's a real boy, now he has the curse sword, and happy ending, and be done. You know what I mean? There's got to be some kind of other plot within the plot. So I highly doubt we'd just be like not doing any kind of war things. If they were going to expel us ever, it would have been in Tifalet's route, because that would have at least made sense. But like here, it doesn't make sense, because you know Wilhelm's going to war and some shit. So he said it before I could, making me realize just how immature I was. He had me completely red.
You're still one of our dear students and a member of Nirvana. And don't you forget that.
Also, Alias is like, I need you for plot purposes. Yes, I'm sorry.
And just be yourself and work hard as always. That's all for me. I'll see you tomorrow.
And honestly, it's not like I had immense power with the sword. I was kind of like putzing along anyway, so I mean, she's not the worst student here, but she's also not the best. So it's not like, oh my god, I'm the most amazing last girl standing here. Like, look at how awesome I am because of the curse sword, and now I suck. She's always just been where she is, with or without the curse sword. So, and it's not like she could control it. So, you know, I mean, I got in because of the curse sword, but now I'm here and I can stay on my own merits. So, fair enough. You're so sleepy. You're so cute when you sleepies. I know, my hand's sweaty, which is nice because my toes are cold. Oh, it's already evening. When I stepped outside, I realized that the sky was already a shade of crimson. These things happen out of the blue. I gazed at the sparkling magic circle in the evening sky. Then I thought of something. The cursed sword. I took a deep breath and focused on my right hand. No, I can't do it. The sword didn't appear. I started to get more and more anxious. My entire purpose for being here was because of that sword. If it vanished from within me, I wondered what would happen to me. Just a basic bitch now. Instructor Alias had been kind to me, and Queen Cura would never just brush me aside. But without it, I was. No, I have to stop thinking about that. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Yeah, but no, you're just a basic bitch like everybody else here. I mean, to be fair, you went from like being the special to being like everybody else. Now Wilhelm's the special snowflake. Besides, I have to confirm something. Mephisto, are you a demon? Yep, here we are. Hi, I knew you would come. I have to ask you something. Is it about your dream? I must apologize for never telling you the sword was originally my creation. What? But I didn't do it simply to be mean. The sword has long been out of my hands. There was nothing I could do. He's not joking, is he? I stared at Mephisto. I thought that dream was nothing but a dream. I needed to confirm it. This question may sound strange, but was that the actual truth? You don't have to believe it if you don't want to. After all, a dream is a dream. No, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Hello, have you not seen Cinderella? I thought he had always been mysterious, although sometimes you're like, I don't think my heart is really wishing for this kind of shit, especially when you have nightmares. Or bad dreams. They're not even nightmares. You're like, why in the world am I thinking about? No, that sucks. You don't want that. So, no, I don't necessarily think that a dream is a wish your heart makes, but as you see, I'm something of a physician here at Nirvana. I also know a bit of sorcery, so I would say that I'm probably the best person here for giving you advice. That was how he introduced himself when I first came to Nirvana. Oh, no, that was how he introduced himself. When I first came to Nirvana, I was so tired that I didn't have the energy to doubt him. As I got to talk with him more about the cursed sword in Lunaria, I began to think of him as someone that was unpredictable. Why did I have that dream? And why did Wilhelm say he would vanish? It might be due to the cursed sword. He said it without hesitation and then gave me a playful smile. Perhaps he wanted to tell you his past as his current owner. Or I should say, not just his past, but of his future as well. Is that even possible? I started to feel scared and looked around the room to calm myself down. Nothing in this room is related to the cursed sword. I know. I just... What else do you want to know? Of course, about Wilhelm. If the dream is true, then Wilhelm will vanish in the near future. But right now he's hot. If he stayed in the sword, he would have vanished in the very near future. So all I can say is that this current situation is nothing short of a miracle. A miracle? I sensed Wilhelm's presence in this world even before Sir Alias came to fetch me. And what a surprise that was! Then, we live in such an unpredictable world. Who knew that an imprisoned soul would appear in the world of the living once more? That means Wilhelm is saved, right? I can't say for sure. What? Mephisto's expression didn't change in the slightest, causing me to back away slightly. Mephisto, why are you so apathetic? Didn't you say that you made the sword in the first place? Oh, my apologies. I only said so because you seem to refuse to believe my words. That's because how can I possibly believe everything I saw in a dream right away? And then forget it. Think it not but a dream and banish it from your mind. I wonder if he was teasing me or trying to change the subject. I wanted to believe that he wasn't evil, but he was too heartless. Please don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. I'm sure Wilhelm is finally free. Huh? He continuously wished to be freed from his prison, and that wish was finally granted. Really? What else could it be? He appeared in front of us, after all. I couldn't bring myself to celebrate just yet. His demeanor put me on edge. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to try and bully you.
I simply don't know why he has been released from the cursed sword. Though, in human terms, this is what you call a miracle.
A miracle. It was a word used to mean something beautiful, but I couldn't be happy about it. It's because of that dream. In the dream, Mephisto seemed to enjoy the results of his experiment. What are you? You said you were a mage, but does your kind live that long? If what you said was true, that means you've been watching the cursed sword the whole time, right? Even before Wilhelm was born. That's true. He doesn't call himself a demon in the dreams. It's just the title of the thing.
Wrong. I never called myself a mage. I only said I know a bit of sorcery.
Huh? Oh.
But it's true that I'm not human. I am a demon. Are you not satisfied with that answer? Are you so close-minded that you cannot accept beings that are not human?
That's not true.
I tried to clean up my appearance so that I could live in peace with you humans.
Okay. I mean, you clean up nice, sir. Look how hot you are.
You'd never see me doing anything cruel, and I take my job as a physician seriously.
I mean, is what you did to Tifalet cruel? I mean, he willingly made that pact, and so, like, it kind of is, but it's kind of what he asked for, so, like, I mean... I don't think it's the nicest thing you could have done, but, like, I mean... Is it a loophole, kind of? Is it cruel? A little bit, but you didn't do it on purpose to be mean. You were just like, that's what he asked for, and so, I mean, I guess you could get away with that, but it ain't the nicest thing, so, like...
We demons are generally long-lived. Don't concern yourself with that detail. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
When asked that, I realized something. It was too incredible to believe, but the answer was right in front of me. Wilhelm was freed. His wish was finally granted. No.
I see. And then come back whenever you wish. In regards to the cursed sword, I can provide the best kind of advice.
Well, started off interesting as shit. So we'll go through our transitions for 3 hours. And then we will... Like, Student 1, did you see the new guy? Student 1's a dude, but you know he's, like, fallen hard. He's like, did you see that hot new guy? I can't wait for everyone to be like, who the hell's this new guy? Like, God, another hot guy here? What the fuck? We can't wait to see their reactions, but we'll see that next time. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.